No.
No! I'm big Russian man, I disagree. Is it what is it like that? Alright. Well, well lap by Scott Sander, 152.215. Sold to Mr. Scott Sander. Okay, let's just start the race, okay? Because they're going.
That sounds like a much better idea than listening to this any longer.
It sounds like communism in this chat. Hello, that told us communism. Maybe I shouldn't read those comments. From Master 69. No. I'm gonna get your channel cancelled.
I hope not.
To be honest, who watches it?
There'll be someone out there.
Is there someone watching? No, we got 0 viewers, so we can do whatever the F we want.
No, we can't.
Oh, okay, sorry. We'll
be
just
a
cut this
professional
out,
commentator,
right?
Rookie. No, I'm not. I'm leaving it in here.
No, can't we just cut something from a live? Yeah, it should be.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
But I'm choosing not to.
But then you
anyway.
Okay.
Stage 2, formation lap. Hopefully they remember this time.
Well, it looks like Scott does. What a driver, the Scott Sandever. No bicep, by the way.
We get ready for stage 2. The field just forming up now as they come into turn on and get ready to go racing.
Oh, crashing.
Just waiting for everyone to bunch up. What's going on here then?
I don't know, Scott's not taking in a position.
Oh,
no,
Red One just nailed the back of Red One.
Because Red One is the sexy man.
That's it. I think Jono's just getting himself in position there. He's got the good thing for Jono is he's got a lot of space there at the back of the field.
He does. He can choose
no
which
one
side
next to
he
him to
wants,
worry
right?
about. Well, no, he's got to line up on the left, but I don't think I really police it, to be honest. It's unlikely for people to report the car in last place for not staying in line.
Would be funny,
so if they did, it would be penalisable. But like, there's not much point.
Look at man go. He's going to side like a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying?
He's also going up and down.
Yeah, he's finding his Interlander Norris. Even though he's in a purple car and not in an orange one.
Indeed.
I should put him in an orange.
I think there's some yellow on there. That's close enough. Actually, a bit orangey, isn't it? It's a bit of a yellowy orange.
No. It's more gold or more gold yellow. Yeah.
In other news, we're back to normal proceedings as it's a Phoenix Motorsports 1-2 on the front of the grid.
Welcome to your average Nascar GT broadcast. Right.
Like it's insane to me how I know it's largely down to the championship standings, but they're always first and second.
Every race they do one
series.
centimeters as a 1-2. I think they've let every single race 1-2. Maybe did they? Yeah. Also last race. Yes.
Blue Moon season, regular season, the anniversary 100. That's the name I'm thinking of. I don't think they let I don't think they had a 1-2 in that race.
They started 1-2, mate.
Oh, okay, of course they did. The only race they wouldn't have started 1-2 was Daytona Road Course, so we need to look back at that, and that was a shortened race.
Yeah, okay.
And the Blue Moon 200, they might not have been 1-2 there, but I can't remember.
Well, they finished 1-2.
You know what? That would conclude that. So anyway, Ricky, over to you for the start.
Yes. Okay, let's stop talking. Have you said green this time?
I haven't. No.
Oh, he's already going. We're on the way then for stage 2 as the car back. We're on the way for stage 2 here in for the FunnyF1 Racing 125. Oh, Red One very late on the brakes. Tries to go around the outside, completely backfires on him as he loses free position. 7 mils up into third as it's actually the two. Oh, we got a crash in the back. Oh, god damn it! It's got Sandev around at the back, and he's now down into P7. As we look back up at top, it's Aston Lewis fighting with his teammate Adam Richardson and his good friend Sebastian Mills. At least most of the time they're good friends. He's going into the Watkins Club bus stop. Oh, that's almost. Oh my god, Adam Richardson almost took his teammate out, and now it's free wide going through the long right-hander. 7 Mills stays behind and Richardson as he now looks for the inside. Will he go for it? Yes, he will. Will he succeed? Yes, he will. Now Karen on the outside then of Ridwan Hamza. Will he manage to get that? Doesn't look like it. They're all off the track. And yes, let me allow Jackson to talk for a second. Hi, Jackson.
Great racing here in this battle for second place. You saw that Adam Richardson made that big mistake in the bus stop chicane. That gave the position to Seb Mills. Jordan Hamza then got involved, then Niall Karen got involved. And now we see them as they head down this back straight towards this next tight right-hander. Adam Richardson looking to the inside. Jordan Hamza a bit late on the brakes there. He missed his apex with a bit of help of Niall Karen behind perhaps. It's still giving another chance to Aston Lewis to pull away out front. He is looking like he is in a very good position here to get yet another stage win unless there is a caution.
Oh, that's
Adam
Richardson
Richardson's in the wall. And that's going to cost him a couple positions here, and he may even lose a spot here to Jonathan Mills, the other purple car. Mills down the inside, that was close to contact. As we look further up the road, Ridwan Hamza in third, Seb Mills in second. Seb Mills now has a task on his hands. Can he reel in race leader Aston Lewis? Can he finally take that lead away from Aston Lewis? He took the lead lap 1, turn 1. Well, he took the lead before lap 1 started, quite frankly.
He took the lead before the race was even started.
Aston Lewis started from first place, despite not qualifying in first or second.
Imagine, yeah. I mean, it's a record-breaking season for Aston Lewis, so why not breaking that record as well?
Indeed it is.
Well, I believe Seb Mills is still in slipstream. It's 1.5, I believe, for strong slipstream. No, it's also 7.5.
I think it's again 7.5 tenths.
Oh well, actually, he's now in slipstream again. I think Aston Lewis is allowing him back into defend from Ridwan Hamza. So I think Aston Lewis rather has Seb Mills behind Ridwan Hamza, who's going down the inside, but he doesn't get through. He tried that the last lap as well. Now he's way on the outside. Seb Mills defends the outside line, which turns into the inside as Aston Lewis looks to be locking up actually going into the corner. That will probably just be a game glitch. Probably.
Just a bit of tyre smoke, I think.
Yeah. He's putting up a show for the fans, let's call it that.
Indeed he is.
Yeah, exactly. Seb Mills fends off Ridwan Hamza, has a little gap now for, okay, never mind, less than 4 tenths. And now Karen isn't too far back actually. And Richardson also not too far, as Ridwan Hamza is now looking for the inside Seb Mills. No, he just shows himself in the mirrors just to put some pressure on Seb Mills. But you shouldn't put pressure on Seb Mills, because then he got God mode.
Saw that one coming. Seb Mills is reeling in the race leader here, and he is putting in a very hot lap here. Currently 4 tenths purple as he makes his way into the penultimate corner. Just needs to try and stay within that slipstream of Aston Lewis. And if he can manage that, there's no reason why he can't try and fight for this lead. But look at Ridwan Hamza behind him. Oh, there's contact as Ridwan Hamza. It was a little bit too wide on the edge to the final corner. Surely it's going to be a send here from Ridwan. We've seen he's been very much willing to make some risky moves, but he actually stays behind on this occasion. Keeping it in line, maybe going for the exit here as Aston Lewis is way wide out of turn 1. They all are, losing all the road to their advantage. As now we hear on Hamza trying to get this position away from Seb Mills. He's going to have a huge run as they head down towards the bus stop chicane. This is going to be a hard one for Seb Mills to defend, but a well-timed block might just be enough here. Where's he going to put the car? Ridwan Hamza is going to look to the inside. Seb Mills covers it off, but he can't cover enough in time. Ridwan's on the inside. He's purple. He breaks late. Is he going to make the chicane? Just barely gets it in the first apex, and he just barely holds it onto the second apex. Massive commitment there from Ridwan Hamza.
There's contact between the two purple cars. John Mills and Adam Richardson make contact in the second chicane. As there's more contact as Adam Richardson keeps driving in towards John Mills. This is a heated battle between the two, and they don't have the best of relationships as far as I know. And Scott Sanders is still chilling in 7th place. But it's Adam Richardson now up into 5th place, maybe in somewhat controversial circumstances, but hey, we're going back to the lead. It's now less than 4 tenths between Ridwan Hamza and Aston Lewis. Aston looking to defend this one for sure. He definitely wants to win this one. He wants to be locked in that final 4. Best driver all season in my opinion so far. I mean the stats also back that, as Ridwan Hamza has a lot of contact with the wall, and he would definitely like to be back and locked into the playoff final 4 as Adam Richardson goes on the inside of now Karen. He makes that move stick, or does he? Now Karen still has the inside. Oh way, wow! Drifting around the outside of now Karen goes Adam Richardson. Great move from the Englishman. He now moves up into 4th place, and John Mills also looking for a move on now Karen. Now Karen
battle for the lead. It's Aston Lewis versus Ridwan Hamza as they come up through the S's. Aston Lewis just managed to hold it out of turn 1, but Ridwan Hamza is putting the pressure on him as they head down towards the bus stop chicane. He's got Seb Mills in tow. What will Seb Mills do? Will he help out Ridwan? Will he help out Aston? They make their way towards the chicane. Ridwan to the inside. Where is Seb going to go? He's going to help Aston, but it may be too late here as they break into the chicane. Aston Lewis so loud on the brakes.
Oh, he's way out of shape.
Contact. Aston Lewis barely holds on.
Wow,
Barely
what a
holds on. Big
save.
wobble there from Seb. As there's more carnage in the background, Niall Cameron just barely holds onto his car there. And now Jonathan Mills is off the road. He's in the grass. Adam Richardson holds on. Jonathan Mills somehow hasn't gone around several cars on that lap. Had moments in that chicane that were not catchable. And somehow no one spun. And somehow the order is still pretty much the same here. But Ridwan Hamza looking to the inside again, trying to make the move, but he can't quite get the car stopped on the brakes. Now trying to rotate it as they head down the back straight. This could be a good exit here for Ridwan Hamza. Could this be the moment that he finally takes the lead, that he looks destined to be in position for this stage win? He goes to the outside as they go into this next right-hander. Aston Lewis trying to hold on, but Ridwan Hamza a little bit wide, not able to get the run that he wanted to have. And I think this lead might just have to wait another few corners before Ridwan Hamza can get back up into first.
It's definitely a chaotic lap here on lap 5 out of 7 in stage 2 at FunnyF1 Racing 125. It's round 2 of the round of 6 playoffs. Seb Mills is really putting the pressure now on Ridwan Hamza. Now Hamza will have to look to defend, but it's a poor exit for Aston Lewis, or does it just look like it? It looks like it. Ridwan Hamza has a better exit than Seb Mills. Will he go for a move into turn 1? Doesn't look like it. And somehow Aston Lewis still in the lead actually after all that carnage, but now looks to be hitting the wall, or that's just connectivity. But here comes Ridwan Hamza. No help now from Seb Mills. Towards the outside through the final part of the S. That will bring Seb Mills into play, however. As Aston Lewis defends the inside line, that's not gonna go well if they keep it on the inside both. Seb Mills round the outside, can he get the position from Ridwan Hamza? Yes, when you attack someone, watch your back. Seb Mills is through on Ridwan Hamza.
That's going to be tricky for Ridwan Hamza to do. That overtake on Aston seems like the one step he hasn't been able to master so far in this stage. He's done basically everything else. He's passed basically everyone else in the field today. But Aston Lewis is just looking tough to beat out there. Seb Mills now will have a chance, but will he perhaps work with Aston Lewis? We've seen them working together before, as it has helped Seb get up into second place here working with Aston. Now will he fight for this stage win? At least on this lap they may well stay together. We're about to see as they head into this next braking zone. Seb Mills looks a bit too far back. But if Seb Mills and Aston Lewis bump draft, I don't think there's any way Ridwan can get past either of them without quite a brave overtake. But Aston Lewis wide, does give Seb Mills a chance. They nearly make contact. Seb Mills goes to the outside as they go into this next left-hander, back onto the main part of this racetrack. It's Seb Mills pushing Aston Lewis out front, and he does not want to overtake his friend there that's in the lead. They've worked together so far quite well. But now as we get to crunch time in stage 2, it's going to be much harder to be the nice guy to your friends. As they come out of the final corner, Ridwan, what a huge run. He could get them both here as they head towards turn 1. They're going to be nearly 3 wide. Will Seb Mills do it? No, he won't. Seb Mills stays committed to the rear end of Aston Lewis, and Ridwan Hamza doesn't stand a chance against that. Seb Mills holds on, but have they gone too deep? They're now side by side.
Side by
this
side,
is
Seb
Ridwan
Mills.
Hamza's chance.
Seb Mills takes the lead here from Aston Lewis as Ridwan Hamza is low. He's pushing. They're crashing out. And that's Aston Lewis in the wall. Ridwan Hamza, I don't know what happened there. 2 guys with connectivity issues. I have crashed here on the final lap of stage 2. Aston Lewis will be fuming here with Ridwan Hamza. Obviously not, Ridwan Hamza is not definitely very close with the other drivers, as Ridwan Hamza gets a massive slide and loses his back end, and also even gets a Fanatec glitch, and he's now 3.3 seconds behind the leaders, as now Gran has made his way back past Jono Mills and Adam Richardson back towards the lead. Seb Mills is still ahead 9/10 now out of slipstream from Aston Lewis. Seb Mills will probably not give this back to Aston Lewis, as
Seb Mills wants the points, I think.
Definitely, he is still not in the playoffs, and if he can secure the stage win, he is, I believe, in on points. But for now, Aston Lewis isn't too far back, but I don't think they will fight too much.
Seb Mills holding on out front, the gap, a nice comfortable one after that collision between the 2 cars behind him. It took a lot of work to get into that lead. Finally someone took it away from Aston Lewis. Seb Mills makes his way out through the final couple of corners now. In stage 1, Aston Lewis was dominant. In stage 2, it's been a real fight up front, but in the end, the 3 drivers that were battling for it, it's Seb Mills that will take victory in stage 2. Aston Lewis, demoted to second, and Ridwan Hamza, despite a brilliant fight, despite some brilliant moves, can only manage P3 there, with Jonathan Mills taking 4th away from Niall Cameron on the final lap. Niall Cameron will take a point for 5th in stage 2. with two final four contenders, Adam Richardson and Scott Sandover, missing out on any points in that stage.
I think that Adam Richardson and now Karen actually have an incident, because they were very close, but now they're 3.3 behind John Mills, so it wouldn't surprise me if they had a little bit of contact. But yeah, two drivers in the round of 6 not scoring points, while there's basically not a lot of drivers racing today. So that's not ideal, because last week I believe we had 10 or 11 people racing, and then it's not that bad that you don't score the points as someone in the round of 6. But now that there are only 7, you should expect that the playoff drivers would take some huge point out of their competitors.
Now it's time for the moment of truth. Will stage 3 settings successfully load? Let's see if it works. We'll change these settings around. Looking good so far. The screen has gone black. The screen has come back! Yay!
Hey, good job!
We're back for stage 3, everyone. No need to go anywhere this time. We are ready to go back racing. Just have to wait for all the cars to get into their positions, and then we'll be ready for racing here. Just gotta wait for a couple more drivers to enter, and then we get to see who will be the victor here. Was what has been a very entertaining day of racing.
Yes, definitely. Sorry, I forgot. I missed my clue. Now I'm just finishing up some business here for something else. Let me have a second. There we go. It was a brilliant battle, definitely between the top 3. Sorry for my very, very late response, but it's definitely going to be interesting for stage 3. I want to say stage 4, but stage 4 is in the bar, so. It's like the third half with football. We have a stage 4 here in Nascar GT. Obviously, we all fly to one place and then we go drink ourselves to death. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, we don't. But we are going to watch NASCAR GT stage 4.
3.
I just did it again.
So everyone, we're back here for stage 3. We're getting ready now to start the formation lap here at the Watkins Glen Raceway in the FunnyF1 Racing 125. Just a few moments away from going back to green flags here at what has been a brilliant venue so far for racing this season. The Watkins Glen Short Race, one of the best races I think in the history of NASCAR GT. That track put on a beauty of a finish, and overall the race was just brilliant. I'm hoping we can see another great battle up front here today. Seb Mills, Ridwan Hamza and Aston Lewis all look capable of winning. Ridwan Hamza, he's got sort of the handicap of that Fanatec wheel that is costing him quite a lot of time every now and again. But if his wheel works, I see him as the favourite. Aston Lewis, he's a consistent guy, it seems. He makes the least mistakes, but he's got a little bit of internet issue. That could be a problem for him. Seb Mills, he seems to sort of be the middle ground between the two. He's got quite good pace, but perhaps he just needs to stay out of trouble and just stay in that mix. If he's there with 3 laps to go in the fight for the win, I think he could well be a contender.
Now Karen, it does continuously bump Mr. Jonathan Mills, and it's causing quite a mayhem here. But he's taking his place back. Good job, you. Oh well, it's gonna be an interesting final stage. That's one thing, that's for sure. As Aston Lewis and Seb Mills will probably start working together again to fend off Ridwan Hamza for a good 10 laps. And yeah, that's basically all there is to. How do you defeat a powerhouse that is Ridwan Hamza? Well, I'll tell you, the power of friendship. I sound like
and Fanatec.
And Fanatec. The 2 magic Fs.
Ah, indeed. Here, as we see the drivers make their way around a picturesque scene here at Watkins Glen, a beautiful racetrack, a beautiful area of America here, the USA. Heard many great stories about how beautiful the area around this circuit is. So, you know, just if you ever want to go travelling to America, this is a place to go, apparently. I haven't been, but I've heard from people that have, that it's a place to go. I'm really not a good travel agent, am I? Anyway,
no. Anyway,
over in Eureka for stage 3.
Just go there. How about you say green this time for once?
If you want me to. We'll get ready to go racing here. Seb Mills on the front row alongside Aston Lewis. The two that battled for that stage 2 victory are getting ready to go racing as they come out of the final corner now. Side by side, the field getting into position. When will Seb Mills go? He goes early. We're green flag racing back at the Glen. Seb Mills at a good jump on the field. Aston Lewis drops back a couple of car lengths. Seb Mills is clear as they go into the first corner now. As they're side by side for second place. Ruben Hamza very late on the brakes. Too late on the brakes. He's straight off and into the barriers there. And that could be our first driver with incident already in this stage. As Seb Mills has held the lead. Aston Lewis in second. Niall Karen in third. As they're side by side for fourth place. Jonathan Mills and Scott Sander are trying to battle for that position there. And Adam Richardson sits just behind them. As Ruben Hamza has indeed been classed as the first car with an incident in this stage. As now we see the battle for fourth. Jonathan Mills holding the inside line as a battle for third, as well as down the inside goes Niall Karen. It's a ducky dive bomb. He gets up into second place and he gets that position amazingly well. Driving there from Niall Karen. Seb Mills though holds the lead, and now Aston Lewis got to fight in his hands, not for the lead but for second place. Niall Karen, really brilliant opening lap here for him, as now we see Aston Lewis just trying to get that position back.
It's a ducky dive bomb, I like that one. We have some fan attack issues for Scott Sander as well. He teleported way back on the straight. Actually, I didn't mean that with green this time, but sure, it was fun to...
sorry.
No, don't worry about it. It was fun to listen to. I meant green this time as typing it, as here comes Aston Lewis on the inside, but now I'll take your finish away from you.
You can indeed.
Yes, let's go. I can scream out at the top of my lungs.
Uh-oh.
Actually, that sounded kind of weird, but it's Aston Lewis now back ahead of now Karen. It's now a giraffe dive bomb, I guess. I don't know what we're gonna call this. Giraffe, giggity giraffe? No, that doesn't.
Let's not do that now.
Okay. I don't know. I'll have to come up with one. It's the Mason Aston. No,
that
okay,
works.
let's just stop trying to get some nicknames for moves. It's Seb Mills actually with quite a good lead. It's 8.5 tenths. He's looking to get his second win at Watkins Glen, actually. Not this season. The other one was won by Matt Pulio, I believe it was.
No, Tyler Davison got it.
Was it Tyler Davis? Oh, I thought it was.
was
oh
indeed,
yeah, Matt
yeah.
Pulio was the merchant of winning stages and then not winning the race.
Indeed he was.
Yeah.
As Seb Mills getting a bit of a gap up front here, but not a big one. Aston Lewis managing to hold on to his slipstream, but not quite able to make a manoeuvre. Niall Karen in third place, just sort of watching these top two at the moment. Ridwan Hamza trying to catch up to the field here. He's got Scott Sander. What's happened to Adam Richardson? Has he gone around?
Adam Richardson has had an issue. He's now behind Ridwan Hamza. I think, okay.
Well, I think that answers the question.
Yeah, I think that answers the question. Scott Sandover and Adam Richardson are quite good mates, actually. Have had a little incident. Ridwan Hamza is actually closing back up towards the pack. He's 1.2 behind Scott Sandover. Maybe we shouldn't count him out just yet, but Aston Lewis is now right behind Seb Mills, 3.5 tenths. I think they will just work together, in my opinion. It wouldn't surprise me if Aston Lewis doesn't even go for a move on Seb Mills, as he's probably already good on points. Seb Mills isn't yet, and he'll just give him the win maybe to lock him into the final four. But
I don't see that happening.
That's a conspiracy theory, and we had a lot of them in NASCAR GT lately, but we're not going to go into them because we don't like to feed conspiracy. At least not on stream, we do. But it is.
You have to tell me that afterwards. I don't know that.
No, we don't. Well, because what conspiracy? What is conspiracy, Jackson? Do you know?
Of course, but anyway, we're going to battle for the lead. No, we don't. Aston Lewis, you may be right here. Looks like he's going to sit behind. And I think there's a good chance Aston Lewis will work with Seb for the first sort of 9 laps of this stage. But I think it's fair to say for that final lap of the stage, there is a good chance Aston... Well, I think it's basically guaranteed Aston Lewis is going to try and take that victory away from Seb Mills. Especially now Seb Mills is already on 2 wins this season, looking to try and get a third. He'd be getting quite close to Aston's numbers so far this season, and indeed they are going to bump draft. But that's only for now. Let's wait and see later on, as Seb Mills barely managed to keep it on track during that chicane there. Aston Lewis carrying much more speed through there, but they're both pulling away at a real speed there away from Niall Karen in 3rd place. And Ridwan Hamza sitting in 5th place, 5.5 seconds off of the race leader, but he's already dispatched Scott Sandover, who has not had the best of races so far today, now running in that 6th position.
And one thing that also stands out, we haven't had a single caution yet today. We had one-time spinners, but not enough. But hey, it's fun to have racing and not cautions.
You say that, we are on 2 cars that have had incidents in this stage so far, so... Very good counter-argument.
Exactly. Oh, there's contact between now Karen and John Mills. I think John O'Mills was actually thinking that now Karen was going later on the brakes than he was, but that invites Ridwan Hamza. Oh, never mind, it doesn't, because Fanatec steps in and saves the day for John O'Mills. As Ridwan Hamza now back in 5th place. Not too much loss this time, but definitely not ideal for the Australian. He's definitely down under on Fanatec problems. Get it?
Anyway, takes the mic away from you. But yeah, I have to say, Ridwan, he's 6 seconds off the lead almost here as he eyes up a move on Jonathan Mills. It's going to take some work. He's going to probably need a caution in this one as they go so wide next to turn 1. Ridwan Hamza does actually hit the ball there.
Oh, whoa, he's going side. He's in John Mills.
He's pushed him up the inside. They go, oh, this could be the caution. They're side by side through the S's out of nowhere.
Yep, there we go.
Commentator
now Karen around. That's not good. That's the first caution of the day.
I told you. And all that work now
and
that
of
course
it's a FunnyF1 racing car. Doesn't surprise me anymore.
It wasn't Scott. That's the one good thing you can look at.
Scott already. Oh no, Scott. No. Scott
no, he did it in the last stage.
Yeah, true.
And you have Fanatec issues as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we? Have we already? Oh, never mind. I have already scored points with this team. Yes. I've already scored points today. They have already scored points for me.
Yes.
Yeah,
they have.
Yeah. But they haven't got a win for me yet. Oh well.
Not yet, no.
No,
in time, I'm sure.
We have 2 races remaining, maybe 1. At least 1 for one of the drivers. Maybe 2 for the other, but not so sure about it. But I'm not going to speak too soon. Let's hope that commentator curse strikes. Are we going green this time?
Well, yeah, and you know what, Ricky? I'll let you do this restart.
You're not gonna let me do this restart? Well, I'm still taking your finish.
Oh, fair enough. You should have phrased it better. You know, you should have phrased it better.
I'm not gonna let you. Okay, never mind.
Well, I simply don't continue to speak. Anyway, we'd like to do the restart, Ricky.
Yeah, we're going back to green flag racing at least. Well, now has to get on with it, to be honest. Can't even catch up to caution speed. Oh well, Seb Mills is leading this restart as they will need to work together quite well to hold. Oh, what's happening? I think that Ridwan Hamza just jumped to start, but there we go. Aston Lewis with a late block on the inside though of Seb Mills, but Seb Mills can go all the way to the outside. No, it will be Aston Lewis who leads after turn 1 with that inside line. Ridwan Hamza then on the inside of Seb Mills, pushing him a bit. Well, it all goes free, and look who's here. It's Scott Sunday around the outside of Ridwan Hamza, getting pushed by Adam Richardson, going up into 3rd place. Seb Mills actually goes for the lead. There he goes on the inside as the Lewis hangs around the outside, goes over the grass. Seb Mills as well. Everyone almost goes over the grass as we have 3 wide. Oh, how have they not crashed? It's a miracle.
It's a carnage.
It's top tier driving here at Nascar GT. As it's John O'Mills on the inside of his brother. Seb Mills is off. Seb Mills is off the track and he spins around, taken out by his brother, and now Karen, I think they were both on his inside, and it looks like it's gonna be Aston Lewis who's leading away, but maybe the commentator curse will strike. Actually, as now Karen is
could he get his first win since season 1?
Place. But it doesn't get him a playoff pot. Wrong drive.
I don't care. If Niall Carey wins, I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I'm not going to be. I'm rooting for Niall Carey here. He has not won in so long. Oh, I'd love to see it. He has not won since season 1. Seb Mills, his record will be smashed, and it would also smash the record. It would also beat the record on the 2 points-paying wins. Because Adam Richardson actually has the bigger gap between points-paying wins than Seb Mills does, but he has the All-Star win almost directly between the 2 of them, which sort of counts. So,
well, it is Ridwan Hamza now going. Oh, never mind. Ridwan Hamza goes from P3 to P6, but it's Adam Richardson on the inside of John O'Mills. Where is our good friend Seb Mills? He's cruising in 7th place, 8 seconds behind Ridwan Hamza. Now back to the action. It's Aston Lewis still leading now, Karen, and it's John O'Mills getting back past Adam Richardson actually. Let's see how this plays out. It's Adam Richardson to the inside. No, wow, it looks like a pit maneuver to me. Oh, there's contact between them actually. So that's a bunny hop and a half. Oh, and he's taken out Red One Hamza.
Red One is around. How
Red
much
One
time,
Hamza out.
crucially, did Adam Richardson lose there? What's his gap? It was not 3 seconds, which is the required amount. So, indeed, that is still 2 cars. And I believe at the end of this lap there will be 3 laps remaining. So there's, I think, 2 laps required. 2 laps in a sector required for it to go back to green. So we'll say 3 laps for the safety of it.
And now Gran is really pushing here. He's just 4th time. Oh, it's a bit more now. He's making little mistakes here and there, but it is Aston Lewis so far still in the lead, as it's John O'Mills and Scott Sandover now side by side. The FunnyF1 racing car really making amends for not the best race so far, with John O'Mills very wide, and I think Adam Richardson and Scott Sandover will both go through actually. They do, but John O'Mills now on the inside hits the back of Scott Sandover, and now spins around into caution.
And the caution will fly! We're going to have a green-white checkered here, folks. Don't go anywhere. 2 laps will decide the race. Scott Sandover's nearly lost it as well. Oh my, Aston Lewis. That is heartbreaking for him. He was thinking, you know what, this might be a nice little easy win here for me, but oh no.
Had a gap of 1.4 seconds when the caution came out, and that would have been enough, I think, for the victory, as there was no slipstream anymore for Niall Karen. But now, Niall Karen will have the inside line for the last 2 laps of racing. This could be a cracker of a race, or at least of a finish, and I'm commentating it. Yeah.
You know what, Ricky? I'll be extra nice. I will give you the entirety of this overtime finish, all from the restart to the finish of it, and I'll only interrupt you if there's a big wreck or something that you miss, or a change to the lead whilst you're watching the mid-pack. So it's all on you. I'll only interrupt you if something absolutely crazy happens and you've missed it.
Okay, hold on.
Which I doubt you do, because you're a very good commentator. No, don't do that.
No, okay, I'm gonna beat Evan Delton as the best European. Okay, nice, never mind, I'm not beating him. But we will go green this time, so Aston Lewis still in the lead. It's a questionable position for the lead car actually on the outside here, but hey, who knows, maybe he can hold it around the outside. I mean, we're talking here about Aston Lewis. He definitely knows how to defend an attack. But hey, his teammate, I guess it's a 1-2 again on the inside line, that is. No, never mind, I'm talking nonsense, because now Garrett is in front of him. It's a 1-2 for Phoenix Motorsport in a diagonal line. How about that? Yeah.
Oh, yes, what a complicated way of looking at it.
Exactly. I'm always gonna... I mean, last week it was a 1-2 from the back for Phoenix Motorsport, so I'm always looking for the 1-2s here. Red One Hamza actually will probably have
do this just to make doubly sure. Yeah, I did say it, but just to make sure.
You did say, yeah.
I wanted to make sure.
Wait, so now we have 2 green this time. Negative and negative and positive. Well, it's actually 2 positive, so it's still positive.
Well, it actually means that we have to restart twice as quickly. So we have to go backwards 2 laps. Oops. No.
Wish there was a way to add laps. That would be funny.
That would be good. We could have actual
just when no one sees it, let's add 50 laps or something.
Of the Nordschleifer.
When are we going to special stage route X actually?
Never again is the answer to that question.
Ah, come on.
We're not going back to Daytona again, and that's a track that's actually in NASCAR. So.
It's the prestige NASCAR event. Oh, wow.
Anyway, Ricky, over to you. Enjoy this finish, everyone. It's overtime.
It's overtime, definitely. It's not Rocket League overtime, it's NASCAR GT overtime. You thought you'd never see the day. It's Aston Lewis on the throttle, going away then. It's a very good restart for the championship leader. But now Karen gets a bump from Adam Richardson. He's still on the inside, and Scott Sandover actually is ahead of now Karen. Now Karen with not the best of restarts, but he now is on the inside again. Don't fight too much, otherwise Aston Lewis is gonna run away with it again, guys. Come on, they'll play some teamwork here. As Red One Hamza is actually going around the outside. Oh, that's someone in the wall. It's John O'Mills. John O'Mills in the wall. That are his chances on a good result over. And both FunnyF1 racing cars are battling here now as they go towards... Oh, that's Scott Sandover. Scott Sandover is over the grass, and Red One Hamza is somehow back now in P4. Oh wait, he didn't go out. It's wow, it's 3 wide here, almost 4 wide going through this corner, and it's Red One Hamza who comes out on top. Scott Sandover defends the inside line from Seb Mills and Adam Richardson. Will that work out? Yes, it will. Now Karen is now right behind Aston Lewis. They will now go for a surprise victory here at the Watkins Glen Full Course for the FunnyF1 Racing 125. It would suit very good with the name, as Red One Hamza, we see him going wide, coming out of the toe. To now go into the heel. Now Gran is still hanging back from Aston Lewis. He's probably looking for a last lap move to be able to not have to defend from Aston Lewis for long, but he's still keeping up with the Englishman. Obviously both Englishmen, but there is a very quick Australian driver coming towards them. Don't count Ridwan Hamza out just yet for this win, but Aston Lewis would want this win to be locked into the playoffs, and he's now outside of slipstream range. Ridwan Hamza will get now Gran here, but if he's smart, he plays with him. He doesn't. He's going to the inside, and now Gran tries to cut him back. That is almost possible. Ridwan Hamza almost loses control now. Aston Lewis though is going away with it, but Ridwan Hamza has the better exit. Will he take on Aston Lewis in this final lap? It will be a battle between the Australian and the Englishman. As we're now going to the bus stop chicane, Ridwan Hamza purple. He's now just 3/10 behind Aston Lewis. Now Gran is going very wide and over the grass as he almost loses control there. Ridwan Hamza is now just behind Aston Lewis as he goes very wide there. He's done that all race. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. So far it doesn't work to get past Aston Lewis. Aston Lewis is still keeping this slim lead he has over Ridwan Hamza. Will he defend the inside? I know he won't. Ridwan Hamza for now still stays back, and Scott Sandev is now on the back of now Gran. I think now Gran will actually... Oh, Ridwan Hamza has lagged. Ridwan Hamza has had an issue, and that will, I think, give the victory to Aston Lewis. Now Gran is now back in second place. Oh, Ridwan Hamza, what are you doing, mate? Ridwan Hamza completely rams now Gran off the track while trying to overtake Scott Sandev. There's a big kerfuffle now behind. That will be definitely investigated by the stewards, but it will be Aston Lewis who is going to win here in Watkins Glen. He now goes around the final corner. He's now going into it actually. There was the penultimate corner. Aston Lewis, after a brilliant getaway in stint 1, which may not be completely legal. He's dominated stage 2. He's dominated stage 3. It's Aston Lewis who wins the FunnyF1 Racing 125. It's Scott Sandev in second. Ridwan Hamza tries to slow down. It's 3 wide almost. Sepp Mills takes 4th. Now Gran in 5th goes fired up. Adam Richardson in 6th place, and John O'Mills rounds out the field in 7th. Aston Lewis wins the FunnyF1 Racing 125 of Watkins Glen.
Well, I think we all agree that Fanatec can go away. That's cost us what could have been an absolutely insane battle for the lead. Ridwan Hamza, that little Fanatec glitch there at the end, that is very disappointing that we didn't get a proper fight there, but also disappointing that Ridwan Hamza reacted to that by ramming off Niall Karen, who didn't seem to do much wrong, to be honest.
Oh, poor Niall Karen. He's had a fantastic final part of this stage and of this race, but it is Aston Lewis, and Ridwan Hamza has immediately left the room. I think he's ashamed of himself. And Sepp Mills is also gone, who could have won this race if it wasn't for an unlucky incident in the final stage. Aston Lewis, though, with his so many a victory of the season, locks himself into the final 4. We got 2 powerhouses in Tyler Davison and Aston Lewis locked into the final race in Monza in 2 weeks. Wow. Nascar GT never seems to disappoint.
Next up we have Blue Moon Speedway. The 2 stars of the season are locked in to the final 4. 2 more drivers will join them for that Monza finale for a chance at a NASCAR GT Championship. We don't know yet who those 2 other drivers will be, but now that the top 2 have both locked themselves in, we know it's going to be a great scrap to get into the final 4. It's all the way down to Blue Moon, because even if the points don't necessarily mean that we're going to have a fight, it's Blue Moon Speedway, where 2 things are guaranteed. Wins are going to be anyone's, and there will be a surprise. There will be carnage, there will be crashes, there will be anything at Blue Moon Speedway. In NASCAR GT, historically, every time we've gone to Blue Moon going, this Final 4 battle is a bit obvious, nothing's going to happen too much, or this battle of the playoffs is a bit boring. Every time we come to Blue Moon Speedway knowing that it could well be a crucial race, it delivers, whether it be for a surprise winner, someone somehow making up the points disadvantage that they needed to make up. Whatever it is, Blue Moon never disappoints, so make sure you join us next week for what could be the most exciting race of the season, and the most crucial race of the season. Yes, the finale is where the championship's given out, but that Blue Moon Speedway event next week, that will decide almost as much as that championship finale does.
Oh, obviously it does. It's a very, very difficult race to keep your head in. And Aston Lewis has already won it this season. At least he won it once. Seb Mills has also already won it once. So maybe we'll see Seb Mills back into the Final Four to try and take his third NASCAR GT championship. And Aston Lewis and Tyler Davison will both be hunting for their first. But so far, I think Seb Mills will move up into third place in the standings. Don't quote me on that though. Let's have a look how close the standings were. Seb Mills will definitely move into the playoffs and might even beat Adam Richardson, but I'm not sure about that. He's definitely into P4. And I think you definitely have to watch next week's race. Because with people like Aston Lewis, Seb Mills, Scott Sandaver, Adam Richardson, Matt Puleo and Tyler Davison, the final 6 who are fighting it out for the final 4 places. It will definitely be a very interesting race. And with that, I will see you next week with Jackson, same time, same place. And we're looking forward to a brilliant race at the Blue Moon Speedway, sponsored by FunnyF1. Haha. Little sponsor moment. Don't forget to check out FunnyF1 Racing, FunnyF1 and Fast Formula and Fast Formula Racing as well. Okay, bye.